guys, it's Autumn here, and welcome to my first sketchbook tour. Right now we're looking at the cover. I'm going to go kind of quickly through this and skip the beginning part. First sticker is Mass Mocha, which is where I went recently on a field trip, and the bottom one is a I made my bed today sticker. This is just my cover page letting you know when I started, which was November 20th, and I finished this April 15th. It doesn't really say anything important. This is the first drawing, which was just a sketch I completed at school. Not something I'm super proud of, but I'm just kind of pointing at random things, because I recorded this without doing the audio at the same time, which is why I'm doing this now. These are a couple cat sketches that I did. I liked the top one. The bottom one looked real scraggly, and the eyes were too big. And just, what has this poor cat been through, is what I'm wondering looking back at this now. The top cat is really cute, though. I like that one. This is just a stool sketch from my art class and a Lenny face so generously drawn on my art paper by my friend. These are ant sketches that I did for the hashtag Casey the contest back in... I probably put the date on this. My assumption is I put the date on this. Probably November? Maybe November? I'm gonna go with November or December. It's one of the two. But it's before the start of the new year. So I drew all these ants. The bottom kind of gets cut off, but there's an ant reading a book at the bottom. That is my favorite. And the ants on the left side are climbing up a rope. This is another rough sketch drawn at school, and it's just kind of like no, which is what my hand motions are meant to indicate. And it's off center, and the hand is too small, and various things. This was just another sketch page testing out hands, paws, just weird designs that I had an idea for but never really came to fruition. Another sketch page, which is just like a female torso, and I kind of wasted the page, and I take out a pencil here and draw a smiley face. Since I have a moment to talk while I'm drawing, this is my first sketchbook tour, as I was saying, and it has my work from the end of last year into this year. So there's a lot of pieces that are finished, and there are videos up on the channel, and I'll make sure I put the corresponding ones in the card and let you guys know which one's which. This is just another sketch. This one's a little bit more even. I really like the face and the balance of it. The symmetry was pretty good. The dress was a little weird, but I don't really question what I draw most of the time. Except for when it's like, what are you doing? The neck is a little thin, is what I was motioning to there. I was bored. I scribbled with a pen on a piece of paper. We're gonna ignore that. This is another failed sketch page. There's quite a few of these. I kind of skipped through these kind of quickly because they're not very good, but the lips in the top are fine. This is a sketch for a final piece. I show it later on in the video. The painting that the girl in the corner's for. The top part is for a galaxy-haired painting that I did in school, and I later took that idea and expanded upon it in a video that is also on the channel, but the sketch for that isn't, because I think I sketched that directly onto the watercolor paper. Yeah, I think that's what I did. We're moving along. This is just a testing page. I got watercolors for Christmas, and that's what this is. I kind of messed around with the texture and the different watercolors to see the colors and things and mix them for something. I don't remember what. The next couple pages are fiddling around with my style, testing out things that I like. I like the face of the one that my hand is closest to right now, and I like the taller one in the corner. Another one that was just kind of testing. I liked the foot on that one as I'm motioning to it, and the perspective was interesting. The one on the bottom was just kind of a dorky, messing around with facial expression sort of thing. This is a female Link that I drew after Breath of the Wild came out, and I was sketching it because I'd been playing a lot of it, so it's just kind of Link like, what's going on here? This is a page my brother worked on. Ooh, I need to adjust the color settings on my camera. But the first drawing I motioned to is Hamilton. The second one is like a gay pride one, and then the bottom one's just a female one that I asked him to draw, so it evened out the page. we're going to ignore this because this is a terrible attempt at anatomy. But as you can see, back at the end of last year, I was still super into Hamilton. As it says, Eliza, I'm looking for a mind at work. You guys should know what this one is. This is from the Timothy's birthday illustration. I think that's what Liam and I titled it, I want to say. This is my brother's sketch, not mine, and he didn't sign it, which makes me sad. But it says, is the birthday. This is the brain soup painting that I did, which was a gift from my dad. That one didn't get as many views, and I don't know if it's because the title kind of made it to sound bad, but it really was just kind of a cute little ramen doodle. This was sketching, messing around with fountain pens, I believe. Oh, this is another painting I did in my free time, and in a moment here I'm going to show you it. So that's that. It was just kind of supposed to be a ghost almost, but she didn't end up looking as ghostly as I like. Her hands are kind of interesting. I like the style I did them in, but they could have been a little bit bigger to match proportions. And this is the painting from the sketch in the beginning of this, with the galaxy hair thumbnail sketches. This was my first attempt with my Winsor Newton watercolors, and I really liked it, and I didn't know how to make skin tone, which is why she's white. And then I'm going to move on here in a moment. This is my sketch of Maddie. You've seen that one. I love this sketch as I'm motioning with my hands. The only thing I didn't really care for was her neck, and her hand was a little weird and her proportions were off. These are video ideas, so I kind of block them out, but they're not really that important to block out because I've pretty much done most of the ones that are written. This was another galaxy hair themed thing that I was thinking of doing. I like the one with the poofy hair on the bottom. The next 3 pages I'm kind of going to skip through fairly quickly. I went to skate practice with my little sister, and I decided to sketch out the forms that they took. So the way that they were skating, the way that they pulled in their arms, things like that. There's another one. I also sketched out a ice skate to be able to have reference of that, although it's not very good. These are the mermaid stickers that I still have plans for, so don't worry about that. Just slowly working my way there. You'll see a couple scratched ideas, my notes on things that I really like, such as the hand on the mermaid on the top, and the date, which I believe is January 27th, I think, or the 21st, one of the two. This is a piece with a sticky note over a face. As you can see, I kind of give it a swipe of finality. I liked my face in this one, which is why I kept the sketch. This is another character sketch for myself. I went through quite a few different phases in this process. I sketched the first one kind of offhandedly, working on something else, and then I liked it. So that next one, was the next one, and then this is also another attempted sketch of me, but I didn't care for this one. Ear was too small, which is what I was motioning to. And then I skipped to the next one. The top one was another attempt, but I did not like the facial proportions. And then the bottom one is the final piece that you guys see when I draw myself. And there's a fish. I don't know why there's a fish. I think I just doodled and there was a fish. Or maybe I was watching someone and there was a fish. If you've seen my Flower Girls painting series, this is the thumbnailing for that. You'll see that they went through quite a bit of changing, except for the first one. That one stayed relatively the same. But a lot of them are different as to what I was going to do. We're going to ignore this page. We were going to do a Google thing in my class, and we just never did it. So, moving on. This is the first Flower Girl, including a smaller printed copy version of that on a postcard. Don't know why it's on a postcard, but it is. But that's what she looked like originally, and the final version. This is another attempted Flower Girl. Her cheeks are kind of sunken in, but the face was a little off. Looking at it now, her eyes are uneven, and it's just not well done for third quarter view. This is my favorite painting, which is the Sunflowers one, with the flower in her hair. That was completed on February 2nd of this year. I loved the sketch for this as well. This was another idea, but it didn't really come to fruition. I really liked his flower crown, and his hand was okay, but it was weird. I don't know if it was proportions or not. Then there's a couple failed sketch pages in quick proximity, I think. I like the bottom face here, which is what I'm pointing at, and it was just kind of a silly one that I drew. This is the lotus one that I drew and painted. I liked the 3/4. It was kind of derived from the morning one, but I liked this one as well. So I did each view of the face. Another kind of filled sketch page. I was messing around, but I took this idea and turned it into, if I flip the page, this character. She was originally going to be in a video, but I ended up messing up the recording for that, so there's no video, but here's the final painting that I came up with. She was just kind of a cute little test character because I'd just gotten my golden gel pen, I think, which is why I'm moving it here. You can see the shine on her clip and on her waist, and then there's a bit on her finger as well to signify a ring. I liked her. She was kind of a cute character to sketch, even if she's not something I would continue working on. We're gonna look at my super edgy drawing that I did because I was dumped, and we're gonna leave it at that. Another kind of rough sketch because I was not in a good mood to be drawing. And then we have I believe I titled her the Green Princess, which I really liked. So this is the original sketch for that. So there's not really many things that are different. I think it's mostly the same except for the circles that you see turn into the gold bits. This is the first sketch for the beginning of my postcard series. You'll see I make notes along the sides here. I really love the tree. The birdhouse is really cute. And I'm pointing at the side here to possibly once a month, once a season, and then I'm pointing out the movement in the painting, or in the sketch. This next page is a mandala that we worked on in class. I ended up putting this in here because I wanted to work on it outside of class, but it's phases of the moon. The next ring in looks kind of something like a flying saucer, then constellations, and then a galaxy, and then a white light like the interior of a galaxy. This was an attempt at a side profile in my cartoon style. I didn't care for it, which is why I have comments, and I'm pointing out the chest and the butt because they were not correct at all. This is the sketch for the gouache painting of myself. There's a couple things looking at this now that I'm kind of like, why did I do it like that? But there's always pieces that are like that, so I'm gonna leave it alone. This is the Draw This Again, the blue girl, I believe I titled her, with the blue headband and the blue sweater and that kind of thing. It was a bigger picture than it turned out to be, I think, because I think I cut off her hand. She had a hand. This is my second postcard from this month. If you haven't seen that video, I will also put that in the cards along with the past couple I've been talking about. I'm pointing out the tree, which I really liked in the final version, and the little pieces here and there that took me ages to paint. And I am really lingering on this page. Go on, flip the page. This is another sketch. I was working on drawing a realistic face and making sure the eyes weren't too big because that's something I have an issue with realistic pieces when their eyes aren't closed. These are, I don't know if you would call them thumbnails, but they're kind of thumbnails for a Hamilton piece I've been kind of in the works with. By the point this video goes up, the Hamilton piece, which is in this video, should have its own video. Here's that. On the left, you can see my Hamilton pictures that I used for reference and me praising this freaking sketch. On the side, it does say, why, if not to take deadly aim? Because I'm a nerd. And then we got the Schuyler sisters, which have their own video, which will also be linked. And that, I don't really have much to say about that other than thumbs up, apparently. And then we have the Marquis de Lafayette. I love him. His face is uneven, his ears are uneven, but you know what? He's adorable, and I love his high-waisted coat, and I want one for myself. And his poof. Yep. This is the bird card I painted for my stepmom. You'll notice that a lot of these aren't in order as to when they come out. I tend to dwell on ideas before I finish them. And then they kind of come back a couple weeks later or months later, as in the case of some of the beginning drawings. But I do like this bird one. Don't really have anything to say about that other than the composition of this page is really weird. That's about it. This is the mermaid painting from my episode with my little sister and teaching her how to paint with watercolor. I really love this sketch. I thought it was adorable. I love the character too. I still have no name for her. This is my thumbnailing sketch because I drew her face and the cloak first, and I didn't know where I wanted to go with it. So I thumbnailed a bit, so she was standing, then she was sitting, and then she was a mermaid. Because that makes sense. I love this page because it just shows how my mind works. In the top corner, we have a tiny Hamilton, and on the bottom part, we have George Washington. One is cartoony as evident, and then the other one is a more realistic, but a very young version of George Washington. I shift the page over here because this little tiny character is adorable, and I love her, and she's going to be in a painting in my drawing and painting class, and hopefully I'll be able to show off some of the process of making her. I consider this page BS because I kind of just drew a continental soldier, a flag, and a boat. This was my mixed media video, which was drawn 8 days before my birthday, which I think is funny because, yeah, it's what I do. I draw a lot. Her hands are a little small, but that's something I am constantly working on fixing. This is just a sketch of a princess. I really liked the rose in her hand. She was originally going to be the character in my drawing and painting class painting thing, but I kind of ditched the idea because I do a lot of fantasy things. Now this is my OC. I love her. I already tried recording a video of painting this, and it didn't work. I blame this on my camera. Her name is Eliza Rothbury, but her working title is Stargirl, so if I ever refer to Stargirl, that's what that is. There are 4 pages of sketching and doodling and ideas about this character and who she is, how she works, what her purpose is, what's wrong, what's her favorite thing to eat, basically. These are basic sketches of poses and things, trying to figure out if I want to do side views, front views, 3/4. And in the middle of it all, we have a robot. I started doing characters that are designed based on shapes, so she's a square, and pointing out her square lips. I kind of wish I'd given her a square nose. I don't know why I didn't do that. It's a triangle. Another bit of my drawing for my OC. This is laying out colors, specific things about her. Like she has contacts, she wears a star brooch, which is from her mom. Her dress, paint on her dress because she's artsy like me, because do what you know. That's all I really have to say on that without giving too much away about her. This was a circle-based one. Ignore my comment on the side there, but it was exactly what I was thinking when I was finished drawing this, is that the character almost looks like a drag queen, and I think it's because of the angle of the chin and the nose that I gave the character. This is a world in the bottle theme kind of thing that the artist collective did, or the YouTube artist collective did. I kind of drew off of it. I liked the bottom one the best, and I may actually go and do that on my own at some point. Now we have reached our final page, which is a normal clothed Stargirl. The hand is so small. I don't even know what to say about that. This is just a color test. You'll notice my comments on the sides, and I was testing out a different eye style. So that's all there is for this sketchbook tour. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you in my next video, which will hopefully be on Monday, given my internet works. All right. Bye, everyone. Hey guys, if you like this video, be sure to check out another one over there. And if you want to see the full playlist for this series, check out over here. Thank you for watching and subscribe if you like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.